Yo, 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 it's your boy Cut Media TV. Come on in here. Come on in. Come on in. We talking today about Tank versus Frank. We talking about Tank versus Frank today. We're gonna dive into that. And Errol Spence shooting off them warning shots. He's shooting off them warning shots to Tank. Go ahead and like, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, Errol Spence sending out those warning shots to Tank. Pretty much. I mean, really, Errol Spence is saying kind of some of the stuff that I've said before when it comes to this fight versus Frank Martin. Errol Spence had an interview. He had an interview on Fight Hype, and it was him and Frank Martin. Of course, Errol Spence have put on the promoter hat, and is trying to promote the fight. And Tank even responded and said, "Hey, promote the fight, champ. Promote that fight." Well, he said, "Make that money. Make your money." Basically, telling him that like you just saying stuff to promote the fight. That's basically what he's saying that's basically what Tank is saying to Errol Spence. Okay. But does what Errol Spence said, does it have any weight on the fight? Or are you putting more ammunition in the gun for Tank to want to hurt Frank? Because I look at it like this. I mean, we ain't never seen Tank this focused. Like, Tank is super focused right now. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Tank is super focused right now. Like, he's lazy. Like, I mean, we ain't never seen Tank like this. And then the energy that he showed in the press conference that they had. Oh man, I said when I saw Tank come out in that press conference and how he walked up on Frank, I said Frank is in trouble because they've been leaking stuff here and there on Tank's physique and stuff like that. But yeah, like Earl pretty much is shooting warning shots. He's shooting warning shots, saying that some of the same stuff I said. Tank can't take rounds off. Yeah, thank you, lady. Yeah, hit that like button. I got you, lady. I got you. You in there. Hey, you know what? I want to say thank you to the amazing CMTV community. All right, because of y'all, your boy then got monetized. You know what I'm saying? Super chat is open. So, like, you go ahead and support the super chat. Go ahead and support at the Cash App. We be putting in work. We do this for y'all. We do this for you. Ain't much in this, you know what I'm saying? But hit that like button, share. And the super chat is open. You should be able to join it, like do the super chat, and support that way too. We appreciate all your support. We appreciate all your support. We start this channel. April the 26th is when we start this channel. We started April 26th, and hey, it shot off. It shot off quick. Shot off quick. Thank you, lady. Thank you. It shot off quick. So, like, none of this would have been possible with without you all. Amazing community. And hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. So, I mean, really what we've been doing is just trying to open the eyes of the public and don't get blinded by the bull crap that's out here. Cause I mean, there are a lot of channels out here that are pro this and pro that. And we ain't pro nothing. We not pro anything. And we just share videos and we comment on what we see from these videos that people are giving us. So the first thing we was discussing is the interview that Errol Spence and Frank Martin had coming up on this fight, and they're talking about pretty much some of the same things that I worry about Tank in this fight with Frank. Is Tank cannot take early rounds off, but I don't think he will this time. Of course, Leonard Ellaby said every fight has a different approach. So, like the Ryan Garcia fight, Tank wasn't throwing that many punches in the first few rounds, but when he did throw, hey, it was on point and it was accurate. Andre, yo, what's good? I gotta give you your I gotta give you a wrench, Andre. Gotta give you a wrench. You've been supporting, you know. You've been supporting. I gotta give you a wrench. I appreciate you. Make sure I hit that like button. So, I mean, that's that's the only thing that I worry about in this fight with Tank and Frank. You know, Biz on the beat. Appreciate you. Salute to you. Salute to you. That's the only thing that worry about this fight is, that is Frank's game plan is to win the rounds and not get knocked out. I knew that was gonna be Frank's game plan. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be no problem, Andre. I knew it was gonna be his game plan, and I was like, Tank does tend to try to figure things out in the beginning, but you know, it, it's it's like he can't take off those early rounds because, I mean, yeah, we know Tank has punching power. I think his knockout rate is in the 90%. Is in 90%. But we ain't never seen Frank like knocked or dazed or anything like that. But we do know that he does not like body shots. And inside the camp, Tank's coach, Kenny Ellis, got his ribs broken with the little bodysuit thing too, with the body bag that they wear when they're training. He got his ribs fractured. Like Tank fractured his ribs, and I'm like, ooh man, through the bag. Yeah, he gonna set him up nice to the body. I think that's the thing because I mean I went back and I've been watching Frank Martin's fights, and he really does not like body shots. He doesn't. Yeah, I do think it's too early for him, but he jumped on the money fight, and he jumped on the money fight, and that's what can I say? He jumped on that money fight. He saw it, and what I think is odd is the route that Shakur Stevenson is taking and saying that I'm the only one in the division taking risk. Okay. And his coach kind of exposed him this past week and pretty much saying that most of the people that he's fought, he's beat in sparring. Like most of the people on his resume that he's fought, like he's pretty much known that he was going to win that fight by how they did in sparring. So are you really taking a risk? Or are you being cautious? Because we saw what you did against Edwin. Like to me, Tank taking heck of a risk. I mean, you wanted to fight Frank. Frank took the fight with Tank, and you want the fight with Tank, and you keep using Tank's name, which I bring to question. Okay, y'all remember before all of this Ryan Garcia stuff? Y'all remember the people that kept saying Tank's name? Yeah, Biz on the beat. Once Tank get hit on his body, heck no, Buck Wild. Oh, I don't like Shakur. He said, I don't like Shakur. He all talk, then try to downplay Frank because he skipped him to fight. Yeah, I mean, it's odd, man. All this is odd. And that's the weird thing about boxing is I think that they forget that they be talking on camera and mics, and you can go back and review what they say. Which is something else we're gonna get to too, which is like the second part of this. Pretty much, Bill Haney confirms Ryan Garcia's controversial Victor Conte accusations, and it's all caught on camera in an interview. And there's no way around this. There's no way around this. Andre, appreciate you, Andre. Tanks beat them all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for the $2 holla. Appreciate you, Andre. Yes, sir. Tank will beat them all. Tank beats them all. So, and Shakur is from Jersey, and I'm from Jersey. Dang, he said he don't like Shakur, and he from Jersey. Yeah, it's just like how are you gonna down another fighter and try to up yourself and say he ain't taking risk, but you want to fight the man that he's fighting, but you turn around and fight the loser of who the man that that he's fighting that had already lost to the man that he's fighting. What sense does that make? You're fighting the person that you wanted to fight loser in his last fight. Like what? And you saying you're taking risk. Well, if you really want to take risks, go fight Edwin. You didn't take any risks in that fight. You ran the whole fight. And you said your arm, you said you was injured. Was you injured or was you scared? That's the question. You know, we saw Tank fight Pitbull Cruz when he was injured. He was not running. He was standing there and they was battling, and Tank was injured. Yeah, man. Shakur probably should run track. I think he could be Olympic track star, you know. He should. It's just, man, like you can't go on a smear campaign and expect people to take your side. But something else I want to bring to the CMTV community. Shakur Stevenson now has added a whole new fan base. Y'all want to know who fan base that is? He is at the fan base of Devin Haney fans. He's added the whole get up community. Get up! Hey, cause look, they all want to see Tank fail. They all want to see Tank fail. That's what they want to see. So like he's added the get up community. I want to see Tank fail. Like it's crazy the amount of hate that they get out here. Devin and Shakur contradict themselves all the time. That's probably why they click back together. Yeah. They got to team up on Tank. They got to. And you know what? I cannot wait. Because Tank said it's time to go get ninjas. I cannot wait till he fight Shakur's. And hopefully Shakur don't run around in that ring like a chicken. You ever chased a chicken? You ever tried to catch a chicken before? Hey, them things is fast. They move. The way he was moving in that Edwin fight, yo, don't run. Don't run. Tank said he's scared. You know, he might get caught and then he gonna be like Devin Haney. Hey, but we know the Haney X them joined the Shakur Stevenson band. All right. And who needs who more than anybody? Does Tank need Shakur? Or does Shakur need Tank? Marty put Bill on blast a couple days ago. When you get the biggest cheater and flip him. Yes. Yes. Hey, shout out to Manager Marty. Shout out to Manager Marty, his channel. I reached out to him. Hopefully we can do some work soon. But hey man, Manager Marty out here putting in his work. He putting in his work. I guess we can go ahead and jump to that. We can go ahead and jump to that. Lady, get up team. I got chased by a chicken. My mother chopped his neck. Hey, it's real out here. But you know, let's review this whole Bill Haney situation. Okay. Make sure y'all hit the like button too. It helps with the algorithm. You come in, hit the like button because other people need to see this. Okay. And you know, shout out to Fanon too. Fanon Boxing. Shout out to him. Y'all need to show Fanon some love too. You know, Fanon is a non-biased channel. All right. But you know, non-biased channels get a lot of flack out here. Yo, they out here playing with me, man. Hey, that's the second time that happened. That's the second time that happened, man. They try to shut my show down, man. Hey, man. Hey, look, it happens, and the only times it happened when I start talking about Bill and Victor Conte. My son just click off, and yeah, Fanon is the guy. But yeah, man, these non-biased channels, we get a lot of flack. We get a lot of flack. We get a lot of flack out here because we like, you know, we just tell how we see it. But you know, if you know, why we all gotta make everything a white or black thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you know, if you tell your honest opinion based off of what you see, like we are the coons. We are the coons. You know what I'm saying? But my biggest thing is like all of this latest stuff has been crazy. We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna dive into it. Let's see here. Now I gotta reload. Um, let's see here. I think it's this one. So we finna let's
The
here we go. All right, so let's review this. This is something that I know Bill is gonna regret for the rest of his life. This interview he did about 9 months ago, he gonna regret this for the rest of his life because pretty much everybody knows, okay? Everybody knows that Bill, the assumption, okay, is that Bill Haney hired Victor Conte for snack and sponsorship and that with the supplements and stuff like that. Okay. That's what you assume, right? Because that's what Victor Conte does is snack. All right. I know y'all like that sound, but really, Bill, listen, like in the words of manager Marty, I think I'm doing too much talking. Let's ask Bill why he hired Victor Conte. Why did Bill hire Victor Conte?
I work with Victor Conte and Snack, and they showed you for a second in there. They showed him talking about boxing. Is there anything you want to say about that, or how do you respond to that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what I did was, and this is I always say, I want to educate other fathers and mothers to come behind, right? So Victor got busted, right? He got busted for the shit. And then he got out and he was saying how he ruined lives, how he was doing the wrong thing. And he now vowed to be a Cape Crusader. It's like catching a guy that was the biggest cheat, and now he want to flip it. So you get him and you flip him and you tell him to tell you how everybody was cheating. So Devin, because Devin is so young and he doesn't have man strength, how these guys, you know what I mean? So I can test them. When to make sure that they're in testing. How many months out, right, do they start cycling off? How many, you know what I mean? So that's what I brought Victor on.
Notice.
And then Victor introduced 365 24/7 testing.
So notice he didn't say anything about snack. He didn't say anything about snack. And that's my biggest point, Andre. Bill and Victor talk too much. They incriminate themselves. All right. It's almost like the rappers that caught a body, but they can't stop rapping about it, that they go into detail and, they use the music against them. Like literally, like Ryan Garcia, okay, claims that Victor Conte had something to do with his testing. Victor Conte says, all of this is crazy. I have nothing to do with Vada. But Bill Haney just said, I hired Victor Conte for what? For what? 20. Hey, yeah. Yeah, he said 25 with no man strength. Why you do your son like that? But yeah, he said he hired Victor Conte for what? Testing. What do you mean testing? Like, I'm confused. And then why did you mention Devin's strength? So yeah, Devin's strength, like he's 25 and don't have man strength. Like what? Do y'all think Camille Moten has man strength? Y'all think he has man strength? Camille Moten fighting men, right? He out here fighting grown men. He just turned 18, I believe. Camille Moten. Y'all think Camille Moten at 18 has man strength? But Devin at 25 don't have man strength? But why would you mention that in testing while you're answering a question about why you hired the biggest cheat in sports history? You mentioned that. Like, yeah, he obviously had more strength than Dave. I agree. But why would you mention that? Why would you like? I mean, are you this? Come on, man! Like, what? Let's do it again. And I listened to this. A Haney fan tried to defend his statement. I mean, what Bill says is clear. It's clear as day. You can't say that, oh, we can't assume that he meant this because he said it. Like, you can't twist none of these words of what he's saying. What he said is what he said. Like, he said he hired Conte for testing, not for snack, but for testing. So, like, what's the way around this? What is the way around this?
With Victor Conte and Snack, and they showed you for a second in there. They showed him talking about boxing. Is there anything you want to say about that, or how do you respond to that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what I did was, and this is I always say, I want to educate other fathers and mothers to come behind, right? So Victor got busted, right? He got busted for the.
Let me stop you right there, Vic. I mean, not Vic, but Bill, let me stop you right there. Victor did not get busted. Can we put our mind on this? Victor did not get busted. Victor snitched. He told on his whole operation. And the people that he snitched on, they thought what they was doing was legal. Victor did not get busted. And I remind you, when Victor snitched and told on everybody, he said it's not cheating if everybody's doing it. He did not feel bad. Like, Victor did not get busted. He snitched. He told on everybody. Like, let that sink in, okay? And then he comes into now what we can say is the most corrupt sport. Boxing is the most corrupt sport. All right. Go look at some of these pro channels. They lie all the time. They lie. It's a smear campaign. You posting, y'all have pictures out here, y'all posting people's wives and stuff. Like, what? It's boxing. It's a sport. Like, it is the most corrupt sport. So, like I said before, yes, sir, hit that like button. Like I said before, you mean to tell me that Victor Conte got banned from all these other sports after he snitched on everybody? But one of the sports that he didn't get banned from is boxing. He creates VADA and the relationship with WADA, along with being in performance enhancing again with Snack. All right. And he sends his Snack fighters to VADA and WADA. And remember, how do you, like, this don't even make sense. So Mr. Advocate himself, Victor Conte, all right, he's an advocate for a level playing field, right? A level playing field. Let's see, where you at? Victor Conte is an advocate for a level playing field.
They're not gonna detect it. So right. Are there people that are smart people that are circumventing VADA right now in the world of boxing? The answer is yes.
He's telling you that there are smart cheaters and there's ways to get around VADA, which is the relationship that he helped create VADA, and he also helped create the relationship with WADA. Like, I don't need to go into it. Everybody that's seen it. But he's telling you there's a way around it. It's a way to cheat. And Bill Haney said he hired him for testing. But Conte said he don't have anything to do with testing. Yeah, you so right about that. Some of these Haney content creators go too far for calling other black people coons and monkeys if you're not on their side. Yeah, like, really, you doing a disgrace to the race. You making us look bad. You make us look bad. You lie and say you the face of boxing. You lie and say you can sell more than Tank. You smear another black man's name, and you print out his mugshot and pass it out, and work with the biggest cheat, and you tell on yourself. And this video right here, he pretty much, Victor Conte snitching, says that he couldn't even get you to join the program that he's advocating for for a level playing field.
Now, you said that in the tweet.
Because this is important.
All right.
If what really needs to happen is 24/7, 365. Now, to start this movement, I basically paid for 2 of the 3 boxers that ever done this in history, $20,000 a piece out of my own pocket, trying to get this movement of 24/7, 365 started. I offered this to Spence. I offered this to Haney. I offered this to Crawford. I could not get now. Understand that when I'm making this offer to them, they already have fights and they're already enrolled in VADA testing at that time. What I'm trying to get them to do is when that fight ends, to show the world that you're not on drugs.
Y'all hear that? What he's trying to get them to do when the fight ends, show the world that you're not on drugs. He's talking about his own snack fighters. He can't get them to join this program. And I know that there's a lot of confusion about the 365 24/7. He's not, okay, that's just the name of the campaign that he's calling it. 365 meaning like they'll offer this program throughout the whole entire year to each different fights. But the 24/7 means that it's going to be more random testing. All right. So check me out. If Bill hired Victor Conte for testing, all right, he had to assume that he had influence on VADA. Okay. So if VADA is scheduling the testing and Victor Conte has influence on VADA, is it random drug testing? Is it? Is it random? Or do you know the schedule? Because Bill said that he needed to know when people were cycling off and tried to make it seem like he want to catch people cheat. But how do you catch people cheat? You hired him to control the testing of this whole thing of what he's saying he has nothing to do with, but he keeps talking about it. He keeps talking about it. But let's go back to this 365 24/7 thing. He's saying he offered it to his fighters while they were already testing with VADA. Victor Conte said this about his snack fighters. Okay, I'm gonna let him finish.
Enter a 24/7, 365. Then when you fight a fighter coming up, then he has to join the pool, and hopefully you can get enough of these guys to get the movement started that you'll have some of the people that do make millions of dollars and can't afford to do it and want to help clean up the sport that will enroll in 24/7, 365. Now, even with me offering sponsorship, I have had a difficult time trying to get my own snack fighters to do what I'm telling you that I'm attempting to do.
Excuse me? This is coming from the biggest cheat in sports history that did not get caught, but snitch. Put it in the comments. Do y'all think this is snitching? He just said he can't get his own fighters. All right. He can't get his own fighters to do what he's advocating for a safe sport. Is this snitching? Is this snitching? Come on, y'all. Come on, put in the comments. Is this snitching? Is this snitching? Is this snitching? Come on, y'all.
Finally!
Yep. Hey. Victor Conte is snitching, y'all. He out here snitching. This is snitching. He said after the fight, so you can prove to the whole world that you're not on drugs. Okay, look, if he catch a case, all he gotta do is play this video. All you gotta do is play this video. He gonna get more house arrest. Y'all do know he got house arrest. He got 4 months in prison and 4 months house arrest because he snitched on so many people. He did a plea deal. Yeah, like he out here working with the pole. He out here, he working with the police. Is this not snitching? Y'all tell me.
$20,000 a piece out of my own pocket, trying to get this movement of 24/7, 365 started. I offered this to Spence. I offered this to Haney. I offered this to Crawford. I could not get now. Understand that when I'm making this offer to them, they already have fights and they're already enrolled in VADA testing at that time. What I'm trying to get them to do is when that fight ends, to show the world that you're not on drugs, enter a 24/7, 365. Then when you fight a fighter coming up, then he has to join the pool. And hopefully you can get enough of these guys to get the movement started that you'll have some of the people that do make millions of dollars and can't afford to do it and want to help clean up the sport that will enroll in 24/7, 365. Now, even with me offering sponsorship, I have had a difficult time trying to get my own snack fighters to do what I'm telling you that I'm attempting to do.
He said even with him offering to sponsor, that means pay for it. So his snack fighters can prove that they're not on drugs. He has had a hard time getting them to join a program that he is advocating for them to show that they're not on drugs. His own snack fighters. Y'all can't tell me this ain't snitching. And Bill, why did you say you hired Victor Conte?
Victor Conte and snacking, they showed you for a second in there. They showed him talking about boxing. Is there anything you want to say about that, or how do you respond to that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what I did was, and this is I always say, I want to educate other fathers and mothers to come behind, right? So Victor got busted, right? He got busted for the shit. And then he got out and he was saying how he ruined lives, how he was doing the wrong thing, and he now vowed to be a Cape Crusader. It's like catching a guy that was the biggest cheat, and now he want to flip it. So you get him and you flip him and you tell him to tell you how everybody was cheating. So Devin, because Devin is so young and he doesn't have man strength, how these guys, you know what I mean? So I can test them. So I can test them when to make sure that they're in testing. How many months out, right, do they start cycling off? How many, you know what I mean? So that's what I brought Victor on. And then Victor introduced 365, 24/7 testing.
Listen. If this is not more clear, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. Okay? Look. Look, if this is not more clear, I don't know what to say. He even said at the end what Victor is offering. Vic said he won't join the program of what he's offering. But you're trying to prove that Victor is clean. And the whole interview of your response to why you hired Victor, you said you hired him for testing. Like, let's do the math here. This is not adding up. Andre said, I don't know. I wouldn't want a random person knocking on my door wanting P whenever they want it every second of the year. That's not, but yeah, I know that's the name of the program, but that's not what Victor is advocating. He's advocating for testing to be more random. Okay. Like, from my understanding, the way testing is now, it's not random. Like, that's why they put like the locations of where they're at, and if you're not there, like it's not random. Testing is not random. The boxes right now, they choose when they start and they choose when they finish testing. Okay, it's not random. But what Victor is advocating is throughout the entire year, VADA has this program where, like, say Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, let's say they entered the 24/7 testing 365. Okay, after the fight is done with, they will be out of that program. Okay, but they'll actually stay in it, but they won't keep testing. All right, my camera is tripping, but they won't keep testing. It's overheating. But once they finish with the fight, they won't keep testing. But the next person they fight will join the whole program, and they will join the 24/7 testing, and they will go back into the 24/7 testing. So it's not like a year-round thing. It's just to make sure that like the testing is more random. But if you hire someone for testing, which is what Bill said, and he doesn't have no control over testing, supposedly, so what are you hiring him for? Why are you hiring him? Like, why are you hiring him? And you even at the end said what he was offering. But I'll mention that Devin doesn't have man strength at 25 years old. When Victor Conte is the biggest cheat that did not get caught cheating, but snitched on everybody about steroids. And I mean, like, what? Like, what in the world are we doing here? So now you have the confession of why he hired him. Okay. And you have Victor Conte over here saying that, hey, he won't even do what I'm telling him to do. So let's say that later on down the line, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, it's going to come to a point where this guy right here is going to snitch again. Okay. It's just too obvious. He's snitching on these videos. All right. And it's going to come back around to the same thing. It's going to come back around to the same thing. All right. And the same thing that he did to Shane Mosley. He said, Shane, you knew what I was giving you. And Shane in the interview said, no, I did not know. You did not tell me. Like, I asked you, was this clean? Shane said, if I knew what you was giving me was illegal, I would have gave you cash. I wouldn't have wrote you checks. Like, but here you have it right here. Victor Conte saying that, hey, these, like, I'm advocating for this and they won't do this. And Bill saying, hey, I hired him for testing. Like, the confession. And all you gotta say is he knew. He even said in an interview why he hired me. That's the confession. That's the confession. And if he was willing to prove that he was clean, he would have joined my program that I was advocating for. So what if he is an informant? What if Victor Conte this whole time is an informant? Have y'all ever thought about that? What if he's actually a informant? If he's still actually working with the feds? And he just said that Crawford, Spence, and Devin Haney would not join his program that he's advocating for. But these are the same people that are using his performance enhancing program called Snack. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Like, I mean, this is crazy, y'all. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. This is crazy. These people run their mouth too much.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Like, they run their mouth way too much. All right. And look, that's what happens then when you're a part of the Get Up crew. Get up! That's what happens. Like, they out here talking. And this is the thing. If you the victim, you don't have to force everybody to make everybody. You don't have to force everybody to see that you're a victim. That's another thing. If you are the victim, be the victim. Let the people talk for you. Let everything come around. But like they are out here talking interviews. The proof is out here. What y'all think? What y'all think? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. This is crazy. This is crazy. And the super chat is open too. The super chat is open. He just told them to me. Like, I mean, like, I mean, what does it say? Snitches get what? And you from the streets and you working with a snitch. Working with a snitch. Working with a snitch. Hey, if I don't, I mean, look, I can't wait till all of this over though. I really can't wait. So we can talk about the true face of boxing. Victor is the biggest rat. He is for sure. For sure. And that's why I keep trying to remind people he is fight game. I keep trying to remind people that Victor Conte did not get busted. That is a major thing for people to understand. Bill Haney even is out here saying, well, Victor got busted and he wants to flip. Victor did not get busted. Victor snitched. He snitched. Why did he snitch? To get lesser time because he was trying to evade his taxes. They came after him. He pointed the finger over here to get lesser time for his taxes. It ain't like his fighters pop dirty. His fighters, his athletes, they did not pop dirty. He snitched. And then after he got caught and he snitched, he said, it ain't cheating if everybody's doing it. It ain't cheating. So does that make you feel what Bill Haney said is true? Victor Conte want to catch people cheating. How you gonna catch people cheating if you're not involved in testing? So that means you are involved with testing then, right? So what Ryan Garcia is saying about you is true. You have something to do with Vada. You've gave like several explanations on your relationship with Margaret Goodman, Flip Hamonsky, the World Anti-Doping Association, which is known as WADA. Like you have gone into detail. These are not my words. That's what people gotta understand. Okay. I know I'm gonna get flack from some of these people that are now Shakur Stevenson fans. Formerly on the Get Up crew. And they gonna come in my comments and they gonna say some crazy outlandish stuff. But these are not my words. These are not my words. These are Bill Haney and Victor Conte's words. All I'm doing is replan it for you. Knowing his history, why the heck Clarissa Shields go over there with anything going on around him and the Haneys? I don't know, but she's involved. And all right, there is a phone conversation of her talking too much too. Go check out Manager Marty's post today. There's a phone conversation, Clarissa Shields, that he went through, and she's talking too much. Like, y'all out here talking too much. Y'all telling on yourselves. how is Vic getting all his info on Ryan if he not plugged in Nevada? And see, that's my first thing right there. So, like that's my first thing. Okay, so remember when Ryan's attorney came out and said, "Man, it was only a billionth of a gram that got caught in his system." It was only a billionth of a gram that got caught in his system. And what Victor Conte come out and say? No, it actually was 6 times the permissible limit. He was the one who went into detail, like he saw the actual test. Is there not a dead giveaway that you are inside and you know the results? Isn't that a HIPAA violation? Isn't it a HIPAA violation? Huh? All of this is crazy. It's crazy to me. So, like, I mean, the question is, do you trust Victor Conte? Do you trust him? I know Terrence Crawford trusts him. Bill Haney trusts him. He hired him and brought him on for testing. And I hate to say that about Crawford, because, I mean, Crawford is one of my favorite boxers right now. Crawford is one of my favorite boxers. Bill and Devin Haney trust him. Like, Clarissa Shield trusts him. Do y'all trust Victor Conte? Like, this guy needs to be out of the sport. He needs to be banned from boxing. If you out here saying your own people that you give supplements won't join your program that you're advocating for them to show that they're not on drugs, and you have snitched on people before saying that you gave them drugs, is this not a confession? Y'all tell me right now, is this confession?
They're not gonna detect it. So right. Are there people that are smart people that are circumventing VADA right now in the world of boxing? The answer is yes.
Now, you said that in the tweet.
Continue, because this is important.
All right.
If what really needs to happen is 24/7, 365. Now, to start this movement, I basically paid for 2 of the 3 boxers that ever done this in history $20,000 a piece out of my own pocket, trying to get this movement of 24/7, 365 started. I offered this to Spence. I offered this to Haney. I offered this to Crawford. I could not get now. Understand that when I'm making this offer to them, they already have fights and they're already enrolled in VADA testing at that time. What I'm trying to get them to do is when that fight ends, to show the world that you're not on drugs, enter a 24/7, 365. Then when you fight a fighter coming up, then he has to join the pool. And hopefully you can get enough of these guys to get the movement started that you'll have some of the people that do make millions of dollars and can't afford to do it and want to help clean up the sport that will enroll in 24/7, 365. Now, even with me offering sponsorship, I have had a difficult time trying to get my own stack fighters to do what I'm telling you that I'm attempting to do.
Is this a confession or no? Is this a confession or no? You tell me. Is this a confession or no? Fight game. Only a matter of time before Victor ruins the reputation of a lot of people again. And that's my whole point, people. Like, that's my whole point. Okay. I know all these pro Haney channels, these pro Bill, all right. You know, the people that was seen going out to eat with him and all of that. Like, I know they're not going to tell you the truth about what's going on. Okay. But they are working with a snitch that does not care about ruining the reputation of the people that he works with just to better himself and to make things better for himself, because he's done it before and he'll do it again. Who's to say he's not working with people right now? Like, to me, this is a confession out loud. Like, this is a confession. It's a confession. Like, I don't know what other way to say it. Like, he just confessed that my own people that I'm working with that knows that I have a history won't do what I'm asking them to do to prove that they are clean. I want them to prove to everybody that they're clean. They won't even do what I'm asking them to do. Like, a huge confession. And he even adds and says, I even offered to pay for it. Even with my money, I offered to pay for it, and they still won't do it to prove that they are clean. To start what I'm advocating for in a safe or clean sport. And this is the same guy who said after he snitched on somebody, it ain't cheating if everybody's doing it. Yeah. And that's my point, okay? So the whole Epstein thing, okay? Why was Epstein so powerful? Huh? Why was Epstein so powerful? And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why is Diddy so powerful. Like, when you have so much stuff on people, you don't care. Like, they show it. They're out here. Like, I mean, the stuff with Epstein, the stuff that's going on right now, what you seeing with Diddy, like, when you have stuff on people, like, they just out here in these streets. Like, oh, well, I know so-and-so better not say nothing about me or go against me because I got this on them. Like, I got this on them. I got tapes of him saying this. I videoed our conversation. I already told him. I already explained to him. And the biggest thing, if you go watch my video that I posted yesterday, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, Shane made a point in one of his last interviews. He said that the same trainer that Victor Conte used back then that was giving him the steroids is one of the same trainers that work with him today with Snack and with fighters. How is that allowed? How is that allowed? So should we start? Can we just go ahead and say, well, it's obvious that boxing is the most corrupt sport? Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I mean, really, my biggest thing is not even really just exposing the Haneys, is really exposing Victor Conte. Like, appreciate that. Appreciate that. My name is Clean. So, I mean, it's just my thing is exposing Victor Conte. Victor Conte is the biggest snitch and cheat in sports history, but allowed to come back in a sport that he's already cheated in. Yeah, look it up. Yeah, like, it's crazy. It's crazy out here. Like, and it's like they're not even trying to hide it though. They're not even hiding it. They out here in these streets talking about it. Explain that. They out here talking about it. So my biggest thing is some people should not be allowed in the sport. And that's Victor Conte. He should not be allowed in the sport of boxing. He should not be allowed to supply supplements. He should not be allowed to give advice on testing. He shouldn't be involved in testing and supplements at the same time. And that's why Bill Haney said he hired him. He hired him for testing. So, hey, make sure y'all get the likes up. Make sure I get the likes up. The super chat is open. We start the membership to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a war room. We're gonna have a war room, private chat. We're working on that too. Andre, I appreciate you for being the first one in the super chat today. Appreciate you, Andre. Appreciate you. I'm gonna get you that. Andre, when this is over with, comment on the video so I can get you your wrench. But hey, y'all, it's obvious, all right, who the Get Up crew is. Get up! They need to get up. Stop messing with crooks. Stop messing with snitches. Sit back and let everything play out, and stop firing off these warning shots. But did we just play a confession from Victor Conte? Hey, but it's your boy Clutch Media TV. Hey, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. We appreciate the love. We appreciate. I can't even talk straight. We appreciate the love. We appreciate you sharing, liking, tuning in. Hey, make sure y'all hit that notification bell. So, like when I do go live or I do post anything, because YouTube has, the last couple of days has tried to hide my content. All right, they tried to hide my content. So make sure y'all make sure y'all put that notification bell on. So when I do come on, my scheduling is weird. Like I do a lot of work with the youth and stuff like that and coaching. So it's weird. So sometimes I can hop on real quick. Sometimes I'm not able to, we do this for fun. And, we just want people to have an open view, open eyes to what's really going on. And, I grew up watching Marion Jones compete. All right. And that lady had to give back her gold medals because of Victor Conte. And we're going to keep exposing him. Thank you, Fight Game. Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, peace out.